Welcome everyone to our weekly HDI Local Chapters live stream show. Our show is brought to you by Robert Half Technology, a leading provider in technology professionals needed to build, deploy, and operate technology in this crazy cloud and digital world. And they do this by placing highly skilled IT professionals either on a contract basis, a project basis, or even a full-time permanent basis to help you keep your businesses going. You can browse available candidates, you can search for jobs, and you can access additional valuable information on hiring and career insights online at roberthalf.com/technology. All right, so let's get on with the show. Today, our guest is Amy Cliett. I hope I said that right, Amy, but forgive me if I didn't. But Amy helps lead the expansion of TechGirlz, which we're going to talk about today, and Women in Tech Summit. Now, both are programs of creating IT futures to new communities across the country. And Amy's vision is to nurture, grow, and sustain a more diverse technology workforce. Amy, this is an exciting topic for this show because this is exactly what we're about. So welcome to the show, and let's get started.
Thank you. And the last name is Cliett, but you would not be the first.
Yeah, I even try to phonetically spell it out, and I forget. So forgive me.
Thank you for having me.
Yay! Yeah, this is exciting, and I was really excited because I'm involved in a few different organizations like TechGirlz. Somewhat. I mean, we have one over here in our area we call Girls of Steel, where they work on robotics and technology and stuff. So why don't you share with us, first of all, what is TechGirlz?
So TechGirlz is a free program for middle school girls. So we have technology training for middle school girls, and the way we're able to really reach as many girls as possible is by working with industry professionals as the leaders of these workshops that we have. We call them tech shops in a box. We have, free curriculum that we provide to anybody that they can then use to run a TechGirlz workshop where they are. So, early on, we realized that there are a lot of programs out there, but one of the things that was holding some of these programs back was having enough curriculum, because the girls, they get through the stuff, and it's so quick that they learn these things and they're ready for the next topic. So we want to keep engaging them while they're interested and keeping them interested in technology. So we have topics really all over the spectrum of technology. So not just coding. A lot of people, they hear TechGirlz and they think that we're all about coding. And believe me, there is coding involved. Yeah. You can't get away from coding. Yeah. However, we also have robotics, and we have data analytics. We have photography and digital marketing. Just kind of anything that touches technology. We try to have a workshop that would, relate to that. And the idea is that we want girls to know that there's a place for them in technology. So we'll meet them where they are. You love your phone? Great. Did you know that you could design mobile apps? You can. And that's a job. So you can have fun doing what you love. You love video games? Awesome. You could design video games. You could develop video games. There's so much that is available for these girls out there, and we want them to know about it.
Yeah, so that's funny you say that, because that's what the show, that's the mission of, and I shared this with you on our, when I met you last week, the mission of our show, if you asked us what this live show is about, it's about exactly that, showing young adults, and we talk about all the way back into like high school and middle school. Like that's what we want to reach, to say, starting then, saying, listen, there is so much more out there than just gaming or just YouTubing. If you don't like those things, then there's other, don't shy away from the technology career. So you gave us a little bit, but tell us a little more about why TechGirlz exists. Why does it exist? Tell us about how it became.
Yeah, so obviously everybody is aware that the tech industry is missing women. We don't have a lot of women in technology careers. But what people don't always know is that when you trace back to see where the pipeline kind of breaks, or, where the ladder, rung breaks, however you want to look at it, it's typically by high school. So girls are typically opting out of technology related courses before they get to high school. So TechGirlz wants to get girls while they're still curious, they're still interested, they're still willing to fail and try new things, to show them what they could try that would get them to, whatever it is that they're into. So we have these, like our workshops, they're very short. They're not designed to make, an expert out of anything. You're not going to take a Photoshop workshop at TechGirlz and then go get a job, editing photos.
Taste, right?
It's a taste. It's a taste. And what we want to do is just we show them all the different flavors of ice cream or technology, and then let them choose what they like, let them find out what they don't like. So you could take, our robotics workshop and say, I didn't like that at all. Awesome. Now you know.
Yeah, but so what we know, right?
You don't make exactly, So what happens is, a lot of girls are going, deciding that they aren't going to be into something, deciding that they're not going to try something because they just haven't been exposed to it. So we're just trying to show them where they could be if they want to.
That is so awesome. I know when I was I failed in my first attempt at college because I went into something that I thought I would like, but I never had any flavor of that flavor. So yeah. So let me ask you this. Last week we had a guest on that was talking about she's like dabbling in. She kind of went to college a little bit, and she's working with one of our, I think where you're at actually, not TechGirlz, but CompTIA. She worked with them, and she's in the field, but she feels like there's imposter syndrome. And she even said, like, when she was in high school, technology was not her thing. Why do girls feel like what are some of the barriers for them, or that they're like shying away from this early on?
Things you can see, which you can be what you see. And, I often say that my work with TechGirlz is very selfish. I'm here because I was that little girl who I had a dad that was a computer programmer. I had brothers that my dad was like, let's build computers, boys, all this kind of stuff. And then he was like, hey, Amy, do the dishes, So I was not shown what I could be. I wasn't told that I couldn't be a technologist, but I wasn't told that I could be. And I think that's a lot of what it is. So you have, these kind of societal norms. If they're not seeing women in these careers, then it's not going to be immediately kind of like an aha moment of I could do this too. So it's a lot of that. And then there's a lot of, kind of peer pressure. So if all your friends are into sports, then that's what you're going to probably, also be into. So that's another reason why, at TechGirlz, we're trying to build this community with these girls and show them that, a lot of times they love seeing the same girls like, oh, you were in this class and you were in that class. And like, oh, what do you think about this? So they start to realize there are other people out there like them. Because I really, growing up, I thought I was weird. I thought that I was alone. And it took me so many years to like bring my career back to where I wanted to be. Nice. So yeah, that imposter syndrome is a huge part of why women end up, getting out of the tech industry even after they find their way there.
Yeah, that's so sad. And I did see that, according to TechGirlz website, 82% of the girls changed their mind about a career in technology. That's huge.
Yes. I mean, just simply the question of, could you see yourself in a technology career? And most of the girls starting off, it's no. And then, about 82% change their minds.
Yeah, they don't even, first of all, they may not even know, because if it's about programming, I don't want to be a programmer or, a gamer. That's a vicious, that's a dog eat dog world if you watch, if you watch Twitch on those things, right? So I guess one of the things is maybe they just don't know what, and I try to tell people, like, technology is like being in the medical field. You want to be a doctor. That's great. Of what? Like, IT is so big.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's your specialty?
Yeah. It's like, but the problem is most people, because I know I didn't know, don't even know what is available out there in a technology degree or technology career, I should say. And so that's crazy. So, we mentioned in your bio that you're trying to, nurture, grow, and sustain a more diverse workforce, and your passion is in the country. But is TechGirlz more than just the United States? Is it beyond?
We are, and to be honest, once our workshop curriculum got online, it was, the gates were open. Excuse me. The gates were open. People found us. So we aren't actually like going out and saying, hey, UK, come find us. That people are just finding our curriculum, and they're so happy to find that we have this free, material for them. And, over the past year, because of the pandemic, a lot of girls found us, and because we were online. So one of the things that was very key to our mission was in person. We wanted hands-on in person, so the girls could really get that feel of like, these other girls that are like them, women in technology that are leading the courses. Obviously, we had to pivot due to the pandemic. Right. And it really has been this kind of unexpected gift in the sense of, us being able to reach girls that wouldn't have been able to get to us in person. So it's really amazing. And we had a huge uptick of girls all over, the world. I love this one workshop. I, pop in and out and kind of see what's going on. There was a girl that was in California that was eating her breakfast. She had just finished her breakfast. And then there was a girl that was in India that was going to bed after the workshop. And it was just so beautiful. And they got such a kick out of that, that they were both eating, but different meals.
It's funny, you and I were talking about a time zone challenger on the pre-show. Yeah. That is pretty cool. I really like that. So and I guess there's another opportunity for those young women, like social media and online presence. Like there's lots of jobs in that, we're talking about just for this show. We have a lot of, we have producers and marketing folks, and there's just so technology touches just about every aspect.
Everything.
Right?
You tell me one company that doesn't use technology.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. I'll be waiting a long time.
Exactly.
I'll be scratching my head thinking about that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're down to about 5 minutes or so. And before we go, I wanted to make sure I asked you, you talk about TechGirlz and this wonderful program. And from what I saw on the website, and we'll talk about that, it's actually on the screen. It's a nonprofit, and it sounds like it's volunteers. So how does somebody get involved with TechGirlz?
It's actually quite easy. You can just go to our website. You can sign up to be a volunteer. There's a quick sign up process. And once you sign up, you have access to all of our curriculum. We have about 60 different topics, including some camps that we have. And, the camps have been really great. We have a lot of camps coming out this summer. People are ready to leave the house. Once you do, you sign up and you can take a look at our volunteer opportunities that are on our website and see what you're interested in. So some people, they like to find a topic that they're interested in. Some people like to lead their own topic, which is awesome. We always need more people to lead. And it's really kind of up to you how you want to get involved. We also have, because we have, our curriculum, we work mostly with volunteers, we need curriculum writers. So if anybody's interested in helping us out with curriculum, maybe you're not in front of the camera, in front of the kids kind of person, that's fine. You can even just help by spreading the word.
Yeah. Is there what kind of things would people do if they volunteered? Teach?
Yeah.
But there's other things, right?
Yes, absolutely. So you can definitely, help us by spreading the word. You can help by talking to your company and, letting them know about TechGirlz and what we're about, and seeing if, they would like to get involved. A lot of companies do like to run workshops as like a kind of team building exercise, which is really great. So win-win-win. There's you can lead a workshop, you can TA a workshop. Some people they just kind of facilitate them. They put them together. So you kind of put all the pieces together, but you might not be, up front in front of the girls, which is perfectly fine. So there are so many ways to get involved. And, sometimes we have people reach out to us and say, I have, XYZ skill. Do you have a need for me? And, you'd be surprised. Sometimes we hadn't thought of it and we'd say, yes, absolutely. And, next thing you know, they've been volunteering with us for years.
Nice. So got to ask you this question then, most of us have a day job or some kind of time zone job. So what's the time commitment? Is there a lot involved in this? Like, is it going to take me a lot of my time if I'm afraid to volunteer because I may not have the time?
That's the best part. So you can volunteer as little or as much as you want. So a typical workshop, as I mentioned, is between 2 and 3 hours, depending on if it's online or in person. Obviously, you want to review the material so you're comfortable with them for the day, but that's the commitment. That's it. If you want to volunteer and run a workshop every month, you could do that. If you want to do it every week, every day, you can. It's perfectly fine, and it's on your schedule. So if you are available in the evenings, then great. Let's get something going in the evenings. That's when girls are available too. They're in school. They have to punch the clock, if you will. And then the weekends are great as well. So Saturdays are really busy for us. A lot of kids really like the weekends.
That's probably when most of us have a lot of time. All right, so we are almost out of time, Amy.
Oh man, that's quick.
I told you, this is like crazy. But before we close, is there anything else you want to share with us about TechGirlz or anything what you're involved in before we call it a show?
Yeah, I just have to put a quick shout out to about the Women in Tech Summit. So, we want to make sure that girls have a place to continue to go. So we have that. We also have a teen advisory board for any high schoolers. So if you know any high schoolers that are really into technology and looking for another project to get involved in, please send them our way. And we're also looking to expand beyond just girls. So look out for that as well. So if you're looking to get involved with us, we have something for you. Please reach
I
out.
love to hear that, because there's so many, in high schools that they miss the opportunity to show anybody like what's out there in
Yeah.
technology. So, all
Yeah.
right, well, that's pretty much a show. And Amy, I'd like to thank you. And I have on the screen
Cool.
you can go to www.techgirlswithaz.org. And or you go to linkedin.com/company/techgirls with a Z and check out more about that. So thank you, Amy, for your time.
You.
For the rest of you out there, next week I'm excited because next week is our first. I told you, Amy, we were going further east. It's our first international guest coming from the UK. We have, and I hope I don't butcher her name like I did yours, but Thais Rodriguez and Matthew Lloyd from Worker. It's a company that focuses on virtual workspace and helping people be better remote workers. Now, here's the thing. Because they're in the UK, we're going to move the time of the live stream show. So for you folks on the Pacific Coast, you can have coffee with us at 9 a.m. while we chat with these two. If you're in the East Coast, you can have some lunch with us because it'll be noon here. And if you're listening tonight or this show from the UK, it'll be 5 p.m. UK time so that we can fit everybody in. I tried to make sure that I wasn't time zone challenged on this, Amy, so I hope I got that right. But
I think you did.
Remember, so we'll see you then, and remember to watch us and follow us on Twitch and YouTube, and follow #HDI Local. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.